didn't know you're awake.
Sam's bedroom was his whole world. The rocket ship nightlight was on, making the room blue. In the corner, his pile of jeans and sweatshirts looked like a big, lumpy guy sleeping. His books weren't straight, so they looked like buildings all pushed together. His own drawings of T-Rexes and rocket ships were taped all over the walls. Just a little while ago, Mom kissed his head. She smelled like the fuzzy sweater she always wore and the minty toothpaste she used before bed. "Good night, my little star sailor," she'd whispered. Dad messed up his hair and said, "Don't let the bed bugs bite," with a wink. Thinking about it felt warm and safe, like being tucked in all over again. But that feeling was about to go away. It started with a noise from the hall, a weird, wet, dragging sound, then a soft thump. Sam's eyes popped open. He listened hard. The house was humming, and the pipes in the wall were making their usual gurgle-gurgle sound. All the normal night sounds were there, but they were underneath a new sound, a wrong one. He held his breath. The brass doorknob, the one with the scratch that looked like a smiley face, started to turn. It turned so slow. So slow. It didn't even click right, more like a quiet thump clunk inside the wood. The door opened without a sound, and a man was just there. He was so tall his head almost touched the ceiling, and his shoulders were all wrong and pointy. He was holding Sam's parents. They were floppy, like Sam's old stuffed animals. He was carrying them like they weren't people. Dad was on one shoulder, and his favorite plaid pajama shirt had a big, dark, wet spot on it. Mom was in the man's other arm, her head tilted way back. Her mouth was open like she was going to say something but stopped. Their eyes were open, but they weren't looking at anything. They just stared, and the rocket ship light made them look like shiny marbles. Sam's body went stiff. He wanted to scream, but his throat felt tight and hot. No sound came out, just a little puff of air. It was like his voice was stuck. He squeezed his eyes shut tight, trying to make his breathing slow, pretending he was asleep. The floorboards moaned as the man walked over to the reading chair in the corner. There was a soft thud, and then another one. He was putting them in the chair, sitting them next to each other. He even pushed their heads together so they were touching. Then the man started looking around the room. He was so quiet. He bent down and picked up Rexy, Sam's stuffed raptor. Sam peeked. The man's finger was dirty. He didn't look at Rexy's face. He just picked at a loose thread on its arm for a second. Then he tucked Rexy under Mom's arm against her cold hand. It was so quiet and strange that it was scarier than a monster yelling. The man walked over to the wall next to Sam's bed. He touched the wet spot on Dad's shirt with his fingers, then he started drawing on the dinosaur wallpaper. The sound was wet and smeary. The room started to smell like when he fell and scraped his knee, that weird penny smell. It was so strong it made his nose itch. When he was done, the tall man slid down to the floor and crawled into the dark space under Sam's bed. The bed springs made a sad boing sound, and then he heard breathing, a scratchy, wet sound right underneath him. Everything was quiet again. Sam counted to 60, then he did it again and again. He couldn't move. He was trapped in his own bed, and his brain was yelling. The only thing that was real was the breathing under the bed. Then a whisper. It was dry and crackly. "Such a good boy. So still." Sam's heart was banging inside his chest. "Don't move. I'm asleep. He'll go away. I'm asleep." The moonlight moved across the floor. The whisper came again, right under his pillow this time. "Just like them." A hot tear escaped from his eye and ran into his hair. He tried so hard to keep his breathing slow and even, the way it was when he was really asleep. His eyes were used to the dark now. He could see the little silver locket Mom always wore. He could see Dad's chest, how it wasn't moving up and down. And he could see the dark, smeary letters on the wallpaper. He squinted, trying to make out the words. Another whisper, but this one was a hiss, right in his ear. He felt it more than he heard it. Sam! Hearing his name from the monster broke him. His whole body gave a little shake and he couldn't stop it. He knew he had given himself away. His eyes snapped back to the wall. His brain finally understood the message written there in his parents' blood. It wasn't a question, it was a fact. I know you're awake. And as he read the words, the breathing from under the bed stopped. It was replaced by a new sound, a slow, scraping sound of clothes on the wooden floor. The sound of someone turning over to look straight up.